What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Cybermania and Friends YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for coming and viewing this video. It means a lot to me. And tonight, we got a very special guest, my man, the notorious Ismael. Ismael, what's up, brother?
Good evening and good morning, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, we're chilling, man. We're chilling. Great to have you with us. Thank you for agreeing to do this. I know this is kind of a last minute thing.
That's
Um,
all right, brother. Just like everybody else, watching Mania, and
yeah,
something. Why not? And why not? You've helped out my podcast, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. So it's
yeah.
all good.
Hey, shout out by the way to the Venom and Smoke podcast that Ismail is a part
Yeah.
of. I was go subscribe to them. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Go subscribe to
Appreciate it,
them.
brother.
Shout out to Lala, shout out to Mo and Ishmael. They're great people over there, man. They're really knowledgeable of professional wrestling. They really know their stuff. I can't
Don't
recommend the YouTube channel more.
don't fuck with me. Oh, okay.
That's right. Don't fuck with Ishmael.
Don't do it.
Oh, the
Let's
original
go.
guest tonight was supposed to be my friend Ron Parsons. He was on the show last night as well.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, he had some family stuff come up today. His kids had a volleyball tournament or something like that. He didn't get home in time to watch WrestleMania, so
Hey,
he's
family
watching.
stuff happens, brother.
I'm sorry.
Family stuff happens, brother.
Yeah, yeah. Family stuff happens. Hey, I had family over today too. I had my nephews over all day long, babysitting them. So and they watched a smidge of WrestleMania. Actually, I have a really cute photo I'll share with everybody. This is me and my nephew watching the show together. Uh, hang on, where is this photo at? I got to watch with my dad tonight WrestleMania, which was really really cool.
How
There,
cool? I want to ask you, how cool was that, by the way?
watching with my dad.
Yes, sir.
It's cool. Me and my dad usually watch WrestleMania together, so um, it's always cool to watch wrestling with my dad. He's the one
Mhm.
that got me into it, and he without him, I probably wouldn't be a wrestling fan today. So yeah, that was really cool. He's not as much of a wrestling fan anymore, but he
Mhm.
still watches it with me for like the big pay-per-views.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Speaking of, let's go.
Yeah, let's as I pull
Let's
up
go.
for everybody, let's check let's do this. So the very first match on the card was wow, we gotta go back a ways for
First
that.
of all, before we talk about that, we need to talk about trips for a second.
Yes, he opened the show. That's right. He opened the show. Um
Uh,
and
um, I got just a quick story about trips.
go ahead.
What he is going through, I went through.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yes. My heart at this was 10 years. It was 10 years ago Friday. 10 years ago Friday, I was diagnosed with a heart condition.
Oh dang.
Um,
So
well,
there
that's
you go.
cool.
That's the little photo I have of me and my nephew. We're watching it together. Um
So that's cool, man.
yeah. Uh
But
anyway, sorry
but
about this.
that's
Uh,
okay. 10 years ago Friday, I was diagnosed with the heart condition.
okay.
Um, Same circumstances as trips. My heart injection fracture was at 12%, and
Oh
at
wow.
12%, you are having a conversation about a heart transplant.
Damn.
Bottom line, yes, it's the heart is. You want the injection fracture to be at 50%. His and mine was at 12, and yes, you're having that conversation. I had that conversation with my mother and the first Mrs. B in front of them, and I could imagine how scared that they were and how scared I was on the inside. But I had to be strong, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's do what we have to do.
Right. You got to be strong
So,
with your family. Yeah.
so that being said, I guarantee you, he had that conversation. pacemaker put in just like him. He'll be on heart meds for the rest of his life, just
Yeah,
like me. And you could still live a long and happy life, but he needs to learn his body and know his body. But 10 years later, I'm still here. So God bless Triple H, and I hope that he can continually live a long life.
yeah. I'm glad he's doing what's best for his health. It was funny because my nephew, my older nephew, saw him doing that spit that he does with the water. And
Of
I told
course.
Alex, he saw that he was like he's like, I want to try that. And I said, Alex, don't ever do that. Because if you do, you'll get in so much trouble. Leave that to Triple H because that's a big mess. My friend Wes is in the chat right now. What's up, Wes? He says, hi. He says, hi. And Ismail, I guess this is out for you. God bless you. Glad you're fighting.
Is that Holly?
Huh? Yeah, Wes Hunt.
What's up, Holly? How you doing, brother? And thank you. I appreciate the kind thoughts, man.
Yeah. So Triple H came out. He introduced the show. Welcome to WrestleMania, and tonight's show was really cool. It was really fun.
We'll get to that at the end.
The opener for night 2 tonight was the Triple Threat Raw Tag Team title match, and I tried hard to pay attention to this match. I really did. Now, before you say, why didn't you pay any attention? I paid attention. I did pay attention. I did see the big spots. I did see everything, but we were also sitting down to eat dinner.
Okay, that's understandable.
We were sitting down to eat dinner with my nephews, which is always a fun time. We were also trying to get my nephews to come up and everything and get ready to eat. So we were doing all that. But I did see some of the big spots. I saw the spot where Riddle did that springboard or that
RKO, man. That was fantastic.
That was crazy, insane. I saw Orton hit an RKO out of nowhere
Of course, that's what he does.
Yeah, that whole match was really, really crazy. I love
good. It was an excellent opening match.
Yeah.
Started
off hot.
I was actually hoping for the Profits to pull it out, but I'm not mad at RK Bro was still champs.
Yeah.
And they showed so much enthusiasm. It's easy to see the people behind these guys. They right now, as much as I hate to say this, they're better than the Usos. I said it.
I would agree. I think they have definitely taken that spot. I definitely agree. In the next match, it was Bobby Lashley defeating Omas by pinfall. Yeah, it really was like that, man. And I really wish I paid more attention to this match than I did the Raw Tag Title match. I really wish it was the other way around, but it got Lashley over. He's like the new Beast Slayer, I guess.
First of all, he didn't come out with MVP, which kind of pissed me off.
Well, I think he's a babyface now, so I think MVP will probably turn on him.
I am holding out hope that the new Hurt Business in my four are Bobby, the Profits, and Omas. Either Omas or Gabe Stevenson.
Okay, I did. Yeah. Oh, that's the one thing we forgot to mention is in the Raw Tag Title match. After the match, the Street Profits celebrated with RK Bro, and they invited Gable Stevenson to come over the barricade and have drinks with them. And then Chad Gable tried to interfere and say, "No, we're not doing this shit. Fuck all this."
What was he thinking?
I don't.
I will say this, and I mentioned this to Mrs. B, that he needs to work on his. He needs to do some crunches. He's a little fat.
But Gable shut him down immediately and hit him with a belly to belly. It was
beautiful suplex.
Good way to kind of showcase Gable Stevenson. And
he's gonna. I'll tell you what. Once he gets it, he's gonna be a beast.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He's going to be a beast. And
Yes,
I don't
sir.
want to hear I don't want to hear comparisons to Kurt Angle because that's not fair. But
My buddy Wes says, I'm going to lurk, which means I'm going to bed, but leave your stream on for a view count. Appreciate you, Wes. Have a good night,
thank
man.
you, Wes.
Next match was the Raw. Or it was Raw. It was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team title match.
That was actually
it was
entertaining.
It was entertaining. It wasn't anything special, but it was entertaining enough. It got and Sasha finally got her big WrestleMania victory tonight. So
that wasn't a big one, but
well. No, but it was her first WrestleMania win. I mean, she's never won at WrestleMania, so
really,
yeah.
Just
WrestleMania 32. She was in a triple threat Raw Women's Title match. It was Charlotte and
she lost.
She lost.
Yeah.
33. She was in a 4-way with
the Horsewomen.
Yeah,
and lost.
Nia Jax, Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey, and Nia Jax.
Okay.
WrestleMania 34. I don't remember if she was even on the card.
Yeah, because she might have been hurt.
I think she might have been. WrestleMania 35.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. So it was their big victory. Shout out to Kofi for winning the women's tag team championship.
You see, Rhea, she kind of teased the pin. I'm like, oh shit. Rhea in her pins lately. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match. It was well done to Naomi and Sasha. The next match is the one I'm excited to talk about here. I'm sorry, we skipped over one. And that was the match I was excited to talk about. It was the match, and I'm surprised I'm even saying this because I was shitting all over this match from the get-go. It was me. I was like, oh god, do we really got to do this? But this was the perfect time for this match to happen because my brother-in-law came over to pick up the kids and take them home. But before they went home, my brother-in-law sat down for a little bit because my nephews were playing. And he sat on the couch and he watched a little bit of wrestling with me. And my brother-in-law is not at all a wrestling fan, like at all. Like you'll watch it and be like, oh, that's fake. Oh, that's fake. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Exactly. Yeah. I love my brother-in-law. And he's that kind of dude. And I'm talking about the Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville in Falls Count Anywhere.
First of all, that
was the that my brother-in-law sat down and watched, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
The match was what it was supposed to be. Okay, yeah. It was some will consider it a fun match, and in some aspects it was, but it suited the purpose. Okay. Yeah. And don't tell me, we all know Sami Zayn, who just signed a contract, didn't get some extra zeros for that particular match.
Oh yeah, you know he did.
The match suit its purpose,
and rightfully so, because that dude took a bump right through the tables that had all the traps on it. And
I'm like,
you got to give him extra for that. You got to. I mean, that dude took a lot of sick, but he got tased. He was in a human mousetrap. My God, man. Sami Zayn took a punishment tonight. But the cool thing that my brother-in-law watched that and he was laughing his ass off at it. It was like, that's hilarious.
It was
awesome.
There were some parts of the match that were funny. I thought maybe it went a little too long.
Yeah.
It went a little too long. But once again, the match suited the purpose.
Yeah. I got one more photo I'm going to show everybody here. This is a photo that I took of me and my dad watching. My dog was exhausted, so he wasn't really paying any attention to the show. This is me and my old man just watching the show together. There you go. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. Good for you.
Yeah. And I wore my Roman shirt. I'm still wearing the Roman shirt, by the way.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of, hold on. Let me unfold it. This is the shirt that I wore during tonight. That's right. Hey.
Oh, I have that shirt. I knew I had that shirt. I knew I did. I couldn't find it. I think it's in my dirty clothes.
My tribal chief.
That was the one shirt I was looking for. But I have that shirt, and I also have a hoodie of Roman Reigns. So yeah, but yeah, that street fight was really cool. So we
it served the purpose. That's all.
Yeah, Edge versus AJ Styles was a great match. It was fantastic.
For the pace of the match was methodical. It was slow, but it was perfect.
Yes, it was about storytelling. It wasn't about. It wasn't about doing spot after spot after spot after spot. It was
about AEW
story. It was about telling a story, and
absolutely
professional wrestling needs more of matches that tell stories, less spots fests, and more storytelling, more selling of the body parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because even when before the match started, AJ had a cut on his face, and I'm like, where the fuck, where the hell did that come from?
Even pyro.
Yeah. But AJ don't have pyro.
Well, I don't know then.
But be that as it may. But yes, the match was so well done. And speaking of entrances, Edge's entrance, it reminded me of Ministry Undertaker.
Yeah. Did it?
It had
because
Ministry Undertaker.
Probably because of all the blue lights. And,
yes.
Yeah. I like his new entrance. I like his song, and I like Damian Priest with him. I think that's going to be.
My God! First of all, when he came out, and I'm like, okay, this could be good, and he looked just like Edge, and now you put Damian Priest, who deserves this, by the way. You put him with Edge, you could have pushed him to the moon. You just made Damian Priest more of a potential monster heel. And WWE needs monster heels.
Yes. Besides Omas. Yes, besides Omas.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Would you put Omas, let me make this good, and Roman, and he's considered a heel by most people. Why? I don't know. You can't put them in the same category because Roman is that monster heel.
Yeah.
Omas he's not there yet.
Omas
he ain't there yet.
No, not in the slightest.
No.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere
near. He's got years to go.
Absolutely. But to be fair to Omas, just very quickly on him, he had a nice match. Yeah. He had like one botch. It was when he went on to hit Bobby Lashley in the corner and he didn't get all of the shoulder tackle. But no, he had a good match. So I can't shit on almost that much.
No. He did have a good match. But speaking of good matches, yes, I like this AJ Styles Edge match. Edge, of course, comes out with the victory. And Johnny Knoxville won the Falls Count Anywhere match because, of course, he did with his jackass buddies.
Yes. Wee Man.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because there was one dude that came out. It was the dude with like the long hair, but that was all braided up. And my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, I know that dude. That dude is the guy that takes off his pants and his shirt." I'm like, he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh,
okay." What do you call himself, Party Man? Or
he's going to do it right now. And sure enough, rips the shirt off, rips the pants off, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it just gets fucking smashed by Sami Zayn.
But Edge and AJ, they had the match of the night. Not of the weekend, that they had the match of the night.
Yes.
I agree with that. And with Damian Priest coming out, good for Damian Priest because he was on the verge of being in purgatory or maybe even being future endeavored.
And this pairing makes sense because I don't know if you remember, there was a backstage segment a couple of months ago leading up to like the Miz versus Edge, and they were backstage. I think it was Edge, and I think it was building up for Edge and Beth versus Maurice. There was a backstage segment where Edge gave Damian Priest some nuts backstage, and then he just kind of went forward. So this pairing does make sense. You got to remember that far back, but yeah.
Yes.
I'm interested to see where they go with that. Before we go any further, I want to take a pause here real quick and say Pepsi sponsoring your boys. We drink you all the time on this channel, man. Come on. Let's sponsor your boys, number one. And number two, if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. I upload new content weekly. And if you don't subscribe, Ishmael, do you remember what happens?
Rikishi Stinkface, I believe.
There you go. There you go.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Hit like and subscribe, motherfuckers.
Yes. And also go subscribe to his channel, the Smoking Venom podcast. And if you don't subscribe to his, I swear to God, Rikishi's coming to your fucking house, and he's doing it for the rock.
If you do not subscribe to my podcast, I will do one of my legendary rants. You don't fucking want that. You don't fucking need that in your life. You don't want me to fucking go.
Hey, calm it down, pal.
Calm it down, Chico. Calm it, Chico.
Yeah. Next match. Let's get back into things. This match I could have done without. This match didn't need to be on WrestleMania. But it was Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
That was 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes of garbage.
Right. But
that was a SmackDown match.
The best part about this match was the Biggie tributes.
Yes, when they came out in their attire that he won the WWE the championship.
Excuse me. Beyond that, and Sheamus and Ridge Holland won. Beyond that,
big deal.
I could really do this without this match. Next match.
By the way, before you go on, what do you think of Butch?
The name or the guy himself? Because
the name Butch.
I don't understand why WWE has to do this. They have wrestlers with great names. Walter, Pete Dunne. I like those names. And they have success behind those names. I don't understand why Vince has to go and just be like, you know what, we're going to switch your name.
Okay, let me put in my two.
Part of me thinks it's because copyright stuff, but I don't know for 100%.
I think well, as it pertains to Gunther, it's actually catching on. You know, the Walter chants are slowly going away.
Okay.
But then again, it's Gunther. Gunther's a bad motherfucker.
Gunther. Yeah. Gunther.
Yeah. But with Butch, you could have named him Dunn or Dune. You could have done that.
Pete.
But no, you had to name him Butch. And it's every time they say Butch, this is me. Exactly.
Why?
Why?
I don't agree with the name change at all. I don't like it at all, but it is what it is. Next match was Pat McAfee defeating Austin Theory. And
that crowd was hot for McAfee.
Yes, they were, man. Was he from Dallas or something?
No, he was a punter for the Colts.
Okay. Well,
but you know, he had
Pat.
But he has his own podcast.
Yeah.
You know, he don't need the money. He's getting paid. But the way he is so enthusiastic on SmackDown, it makes it tolerable.
Yes.
Because SmackDown's been hot garbage lately.
Yeah. I noticed when he came out for his entrance, the song that played was Seven Nation
Army
by the White Stripes. I just kind of I was like, oh, that's cool, man. I like that song. So I mean, he came out to that, had the cheerleaders. Like I said, he defeats Austin Theory, but I think the bigger story is what occurred after. We got another match with Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen, at however old the dude is, 75, call it.
No, he's older.
Let's see how old he is. Hold up.
He's old in 75.
We're going to do a little bit of research. He is... I know he's old. I know my man's old.
He's an old man, yes, but I think he's older than 75.
He is 76.
80.
Okay. 76.
My bad.
Not far off.
But still, what is a 76?
Yes. 76-year-old Vince McMahon got into the ring and had a wrestling match at WrestleMania with Pat McAfee. And he won. And whatever, that's not the story.
Be that as it may, that to me don't matter that he won the match.
No.
It's what happened after.
Stone Cold came out and he stuttered the shit out of Austin Theory.
Who sold that so well. He sold
really did. He really, really did. Shout out and props to Austin Theory for that sell of the stunner. He sold that
better than The Rock ever did.
Okay.
He sold that better than The Rock.
And there you go. There's the controversial opinion of the night right there.
Come at him.
Come at him in the comments.
Absolutely.
Bring it on.
Now, I'll give you a quick story about Austin Theory. Before he got signed, he was an independent wrestler, and he wrestled down here in South Florida. So I've seen him wrestle down here, and the way he's acting now is the same exact way he was acting when he wrestled down here, and he was an absolute prick.
Okay.
He's an absolute prick. And you know something? He's going to be a monster heel because he's just a sniveling little bitch.
Yeah. Austin came out, stuttered Theory, and then he drank a couple of beers with Vince. And I noticed this last night. I think I mentioned this on the podcast last night. But whenever he whenever he calls for a beer, if they throw him the beer and if he ever misses the beer that they throw at him, he doesn't go for the beer that fell. He's like, that beer fell. Give me another one. Give me another one.
Mm-hmm.
And they toss him another one. So I was like, okay, that's kind of funny that he does that. So I kind of noticed that, and that happened tonight. And then he goes to give Vince McMahon a stunner, and oh my God.
He's 76 years old, man.
I got that.
He's 76 years old.
Stone Cold kicks the man in his stomach, and before he can even grab him for the stunner, Vince McMahon stumbles into the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes into the guy's hands, and boom. And me and my dad watched that. We cracked up laughing. They're like, "Oh!"
I didn't care. I didn't care, and all these other stupid, uneducated fans who are going to go crazy. He's 76 dude. He's 76 years old.
Yes.
What's the big fucking deal?
Yes, I know. It is what it is. Shout out to Vince. He was still willing to take that. So, you know what? Good for him. I mean, it's his company. He can do what he wants. And if he wants to take bumps. So Cold seems like a kind of guy that's safe enough to do that with.
And honestly, like I said,
watching your channel or watching this video live, by the way, y'all are the homies. Whoever you are. Now we got one. We had two. Now we got one, but whatever. But yeah. And then it came down to the main event
of the weekend.
Roman Reigns defends the Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar, defending the WWE World Championship. And man, oh man, was this a big brawl or what? I mean, about this match was pretty, folks. Nothing about this match. There were no headlocks. There was no There was no headlocks. There was no takedowns. There was no anything about it. It was straight up punches and brawling from the very get-go. And
absolutely.
In the end, one man. No. One tribal chief stood victorious at the end of the night. Yes, folks, you heard it right here, right now. If you do not want spoilers, do not go any further than this. Ladies and gentlemen, your new world champion.
Universal. He's going to be announced as the WWF Universal Champion.
Yeah.
WWE, sorry.
Reigns. Acknowledge him.
That's right.
They worked hard in this match. They did great. I liked them. I liked them.
The one bad thing about this match, it was over like that.
Yeah, and my only complaint was there was no blood.
Because what Brock was saying.
Come on, we're talking about a feud that it didn't count. It didn't start off with blood, but but Roman busted Brock open, and then Brock said he's coming for Roman's blood, and then there was no blood. I mean, if you're gonna say stuff like that, at least kind of give us a little bit of blood. But it is what. But
honestly, it didn't need it. It didn't need it, and we all knew that match wasn't going long. As a matter of fact, I timed it. Roman came out at 11:20. Brock came out 11:25, and Mrs. B asked me how long it's going to be. 11:45. Guess what time it ended? 11:45.
Yeah.
But it was a good, intense, good match. Yeah. They've had better, but it was a good match.
But it's Brock and Roman. They're going to have good matches, and I mean,
exactly. So let me ask hard hitting. Sure.
Let me ask you this, Ismael. Which night would you say was the better night for WrestleMania? Night 1 last night or night 2 tonight? Last night?
Night 1 is not. Last night's not even close.
Wow.
I said it. Last night, not even close. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. Becky and Bianca.
Okay.
Let's see. Night 2. Kevin Owens and Steve Austin.
Okay.
And Cody and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, those would be my 3 reasons. Now, that being said, night 2 wasn't terrible at all. I mean, we had
it wasn't bad.
Great. That was great. And then the universe, and then the title unification match was great as well. And you know what? All the stuff with Pat and Austin and Stone Cold and Vince, that was entertaining. I'll give them that. That was entertaining. It was. It went long as shit, but
that went a little too long.
Yeah,
but no, it was entertaining. Let me ask you this, and be honest.
Go ahead.
Ronda and Charlotte.
What do I think about it?
Yes, sir.
I think I gave my opinions on this last night, but I may not have. I think that Ronda should have friggin' won. I think Ronda should have won. But
hell no. Go on. Please finish.
Ronda should have won because Charlotte has had a long title reign, a long one, and I think WrestleMania is the time for those long title reigns to kind of come to an end and start new chapters. But then again, Roman Reigns won tonight as well, and he's had a long title reign. So I digress on that. But I think Ronda should have won. But I understand why they kept it on Charlotte, and it'll keep the feud going through at least WrestleMania Backlash. So,
okay, now you're an intelligent human being.
Well, thank you.
Can Ronda cut a promo?
Not really, no. See,
can Ronda hold on, now listen to the statement. Can Ronda be a professional wrestler?
Oh, sure. She can kick ass in the ring.
No, she can't. She's a lousy professional wrestler.
Oh, wow. Then they shouldn't book her as a professional wrestler. They should book her as a fighter. Go in there and beat some woman's ass. Keep it short.
I absolutely agree with that statement. She should be the female Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
That you can buy that if you're going to go by that gimmick, but you're going to tell Ronda's drowsy. I said it. Ronda drowsy does nothing. Does absolutely nothing for me. I think she sucks in the ring. She sucks on the mic. I don't respect. Yeah.
Wow.
And you know something? No. And I'm gonna go a little further. Yes, you had a baby. More power to you. Start your own family. Do your thing.
Go be a mom.
Go beat him up. Absolutely. You knew you were coming back. You could have worked on your mic skills a little bit better because hold up now. Being all monotone and saying this, that, and the other thing in the same tone of voice ain't gonna get it done.
Ishmael,
And she's horrible.
agree or you're gonna laugh.
Prove me wrong.
Agree or disagree with this statement I'm about to make?
Okay.
When I did promos,
Mm-hmm.
when I cut promos, my worst promos were better than Ronda Rousey's promos. My worst.
Hold on. I'm older these days, so you gotta give me some extra seconds here. Your worst promos were better than Ronda's. I would agree with that statement.
Yes, because
I would agree with that statement.
even if they were bad, at least you can laugh at how bad they were. You can't even laugh at how bad Ronda's are. Ronda's promos will put you to sleep, bro. Just
Her wrestling puts me to sleep. I'm sorry. This is her wrestling. Arm drag. Piper's Pit. That's it.
I am going to beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. I am going to take her title, and I'm going to go home to my farm where my daughter is, and I'm going to be a mother. Like, bitch, cut that. No.
Exactly.
I'm going to beat this bitch's ass at WrestleMania. Nobody's going to stop me. And then I'm going to go take that championship to where I live, to my home. I'm going to share it out with my baby girl, with my prized possession.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, put some emotion behind it. Shit.
And you know something? You are Ronda Rousey. You have clout. Do not tell me this is exactly how Vince or whoever creative wants you to make that delivery. You are Ronda Rousey.
Right. Baddest
work on your mic skills.
So, folks, there you go. There was WrestleMania Night 2 for you. I want to thank everybody. I want to take a personal second here. It really means a lot to me that people watch my YouTube channels. My YouTube channel, I should say, not channels, but my YouTube channel means a lot to me. I'm just a guy coming on here doing videos with his friends, and whatever happens. And I understand that live videos don't exactly get the most traction, but it always amazes me when I come back and I see how many people actually watch my stuff. It's great, and I just wanted to say thank you for your support.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you to Ismael for coming on tonight.
No problem, brother. Glad I can help you out.
I apologize that Ron couldn't join us. Like I said, family stuff. Hopefully he'll be back on soon because I love that guy. Go subscribe to the Venom and Smoke podcast.
Before I want to debate him. You put me back on the show. I would love to debate him. Have a nice, friendly debate. Now, isn't he the AEW? Is he the AEW fan?
No, he's not really much of an AEW guy.
Oh, okay. I would love to debate people.
I'm going to debate
make the match.
You and me in a debate.
Or me or your friend Ron.
You know what? We'll get something that you guys disagree on, and but ladies and gentlemen, that being said, stay tuned for those details because I'm going to make that shit happen. Best believe. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'm Salomania. That's the Notorious Ismael. We're out.
Night, everybody.
Deuces.